Last entry in the matron's diary. Alright, I've been dismissed. That's how they put it, like I'd just brought the tea and I could take my leave. And me, the fool, thinking I'm getting afternoon off for a change, I says, "Grand, I'll see you early in the morning." Oh, my face turned a shade of crimson when they said I was never to return. Never! No explanation. And I'm not even allowed to see the good doctor. I must have done something awful to deserve such ill treatment. But what? Didn't I always support Hypatia? Didn't I do all she asked? I was her other set of hands, her own words. I've been trying to recall what it was I could have done that was so wrong. I did leave that vial of medicine on the counter, and it got spoiled, but that was over a month ago. Hypatia didn't seem the least upset by it. Now I think she must have been ever so disappointed in me, but perhaps was too sweet to say anything to my face about it. All that work left to do. I'm too distraught to write anything more. Thought that was a coil of wire there, but it turns out it was just food. Not quite what I was looking for. I'm almost thinking rat summoning or rat possession is worthwhile for later. It looks like there's some blood flies in there. Considering that there's just so many of these little grates around. Note to recuperation staff. The weather forecast promises us a nice amount of sunlight tomorrow, so we encourage you to bring the patients who don't have an appointment for a luminotherapy session out onto the terrace. Use wheelchairs if needed. We only have so many more tanning boxes, and considering how expensive they are, we won't be getting more anytime soon, nor will the broken ones be repaired. Sorry. So let's have our patients enjoy some real sunlight instead. Dr. Vasco. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell what is actually a note in this game. Because some of this stuff looks like it could be a note, but it's nothing of any importance. If it wasn't for the vision, I'd probably miss quite a few things in this game. Like that. See what I mean? Bone charms. Excerpt from a book on sailing traditions and scrimshaw. Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passes from salty dogs to young greenhorns still finding their sea legs. In old times, sailors cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of the bears that roamed the islets north of Tivia. Once the whaling trade began, the practitioners began engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon, increasing a lover's vigor or providing defense against pregnancy. I feel like we've read that before, and that doesn't look like that came into our journal at all as anything new, so I did indeed remember that correctly. Alright, well. That's where we're supposed to go. Could go up. See if there's anything else worth seeing. There is indeed something up in the way of charms. Well, runes anyhow, and charms. Never mind. It's a black bone charm. But I think I may not be able... Nope, I can. I can indeed go up further. For a second I thought we were stuck not being able to do so. I'm gonna head up to the top here. See what we got going on. A trap. Goodbye, tarp. Hamilton's key is needed for this. Well, shit. Just when I thought I was going to be able to go to the top here, I can't do anything. And this is just the office we were in not that long ago. Alright. Sure, why not? Kind of gives me a little bit of a better vantage point to jump onto these things, I suppose. Whoa. There's definitely a guy in here. I saw him. There's two guys in here.
Is Hamilton in there? How is he?
He's losing it. Yelling nonsense for hours.
Could you understand any of it?
Something about being attacked by a monster one night. Some beast that wanted to scoop the brains out of his skull.
I see. Keep this to yourself, will you? No need to spread silly rumors.
Of course, ma'am.
Let's find out if I can make him see reason.
She's in there.
Believe me, Dr. Hibation. She believes me. She knows something's not right in Adamire.
Oh, great. I wasn't expecting her
tried to strangle
to
me. I had no choice.
immediately
Bloodfly
shoot him.
Fever, I guess. Poor guy.
Jerk. Why would you do such a thing? I really would like to talk to Hamilton here, so I think we're going to go back a bit, and we'll do something with this elite guard that is a little less messy, so we'll be right back. Alright, well, I took one of them down. Let's see if I can take the other one down. Where are you even going now? Okay. I'm not quite certain why she decided to go over this way this time. Perhaps it's due to the fact that when I loaded over here, the guy noticed that the door was open. He ran over and I just choked him out, so it worked out. Ooh, is this the safe that it was talking about? I don't think it is. I feel like there was another one that was 712 somewhere else. But let's try it anyhow. Yeah, definitely not this one. Reminder, things to buy. 4th day, month of Earth, 1851. Vasco, sorry to have to send you out again so soon, but I won't be able to proceed until I have the following. 1 large tin of powdered sea salt, compounding grease, but not lard. It goes rancid too quickly. Rubbing distillates, glycerin, 2 vials oil of juniper, 2 vials oil of rose. I know the rose oil is expensive, but it's the only thing for clearing the lungs of phlegm, so what can we do? Maybe we'll plant our own rose garden someday, no? Wish that I could go fetch them myself. Alexandria Hypatia. Why, thank you, Silver Ingot. I appreciate you boistering my money. Old note from Dr. Hypatia, huh? Vasco, today was exhausting. I expect the flood of patients will be unabated tomorrow, well into the foreseeable future. It would be most helpful to me if you set up a triage area. Send me only the most urgent cases, especially issues of severe bronchial distress, black spittle, festering wounds, or pediatric cases with coughing or serious injury. These I must see right away. For the rest, could you please handle them personally? I trust your skills as equally as my own. Alas, I fear we will miss the little half-day off we discussed next month for certain, Alexandria. Vasco's diary, month of high cold 1850. Alexandria's new serum must never leave Addermire, and no one must ever know of our failure. We tested it on ourselves, which we often do in fractional doses. The night was sheer horror. It's hard to describe the effects on the mind, the frenzy it induced. We were not ourselves. Alexandria muttered to herself, calling herself Grim Alex, almost as if she had a total shift in personality. I cannot commit to paper all that occurred, but I burn with shame remembering the way my perspective shifted, as if my entire morality was upended. The following day, after recovering my senses, I felt better than I have in years. The serum might hold the keys to improved lung function and general vigor. It could even ameliorate the effects of some of our worst fevers and infections. But the costs are too high. The absolute loss of empathy, the unfettered appetites. And yet, a week later, I watched Alexandria on the terrace below. She was in a terrible way, disheveled, with words escaping her lips that were jumbled and wild. Her movements were unfamiliar. In the morning, I asked if she had tried the serum again. She was most alarmed, assuring me that she would never again touch even a drop of it. She swears that only a sample remains, safely locked away for future study. Doesn't sound like it to me. Sounds like she's going Jekyll and Hyde on you over there. You're an interesting looking bird. Little mohawk or something. What in the world is up there? I apparently cannot hop up here very easily, but I'm getting up here, damn it. Ah. Just a way to look into this room, I guess. And a way to get through. I didn't think I was actually small enough to fit through there. Interesting. Surprised I didn't bonk my head on that ceiling fan there. nothing around here.
Why? They have to know something.
Okay. What's up, Hammy?
You're Hamilton? Why did they lock you up? You know something?
I swear, I know what I saw. Hooded. I just caught a glimpse. So much hate in the eyes. As if the world needed more of that. I'm not seeing things. I hope they didn't steal my notes. I need to go back to my room. They took my key. I thought I could... I don't know. What a fool I was.
So apparently he had a key. Yeah, there's his key. Hammy, were you on the guard or something? 'Cause there's like a gun and stuff in here. You don't seem too perturbed with me being around, though. Ah, chloroform bottles. They're fun.
I hope they didn't steal my notes.
Here, Hammy. No, I can't. I was gonna knock you out, Hammy, and then maybe you wouldn't have any troubles. Doesn't look like there's anyone back here. Just music. Couple of dog cages. Alright, well, let's see what this is. Lecture on Bloodfly Fever. Transcript of a lecture given at the Academy of Natural Philosophy by Dr. Alexandria Hypatia. Direct attention to Chart 7. Here you have the final stage of bloodfly infection. This patient is 37 years of age and was a school headmistress before her unfortunate encounter with a large nest in her deceased uncle's greenhouse. Note the lesions on her face and arms and the larval swellings throughout the body. But what the drawings cannot show you is her demeanor before death. The most striking symptom of a progressed infection is the protective attitude demonstrated towards the nest. This tells us, even prior to autopsy, that the larvae, or their byproducts, have infected the intention center of the victim's brain. Direct attention to Silver Graph Image 4. There is no cure once the condition has advanced this far, though you can make your patient less agitated with a generous dosing of opiates. The subject died 3 days after this silver graph was taken. Direct attention to Chart 8. And here is the fully mature insect. After its post-bloodfly transformation, now in beetle form, note it has dropped its wings. It is no longer aggressive and has many beneficial qualities, especially in the field of agriculture. Without these insects, many crops across Serkanos would suffer, leading to loss of yield and a marked reduction in profits. Interesting. So apparently bloodflies are useful and dangerous all at the same time. Very interesting indeed. I probably shouldn't leave you out in the open here. Just, why don't you go in here? Seems like a nice spot for you.